Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the four sine Newton laws of motion, and we are starting with the exercise question. We solved 5 questions. Today we are going to try the solve the remaining questions. So let us take the 6th question here. A stone of 1 kg is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second across a frozen surface of a lake. Across a frozen surface of a lake and comes to rest after traveling a distance of 50 meter. What is the force of friction between the stone and the surface? Right, we have to calculate the friction between the stone and the ice. We have to calculate the friction between the stone and the ice. Now, if you take the example of this question here, what are given? They are given the stone of 1 kg. That is nothing but mass of the stone is given here, and it is traveling with a velocity of 20 meter per second across the frozen surface of a lake. So, if you take the frozen surface of a lake, this is the frozen surface of a lake, right? Frozen surface of a lake is nothing but what? It is the ice only. So on that we are thrown a ball of mass having 1 kg and its initial velocity is equal to how much? It is having a velocity of 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. Due to the friction force which is present on the surface as well as on the eye, the ball is going to stop after some time. After covering 50 meters of distance. After covering 50 meters of distance due to the frictional force, this ball is going to stop at this point. So at this point, the velocity of this ball will be what? It will be equal to 0. The time taken by the ball to stop here is not given. It is not given. As well as the acceleration of the ball is also not given. So what we have to do here, we have to find out the first acceleration, then we have to find out the force here. We have to then find out the force which is acting here. So for that reason, first what we have to find out? We have to find out the acceleration. So how we are going to find out the acceleration here? If you see the given data, they are given the initial velocity, they are given the final velocity. We have initial velocity, we have final velocity, but the time is not given. So if you want to find out the acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. For that we require time also. But in this case time is not given. But we have a relationship between velocity and position. We have a relationship between velocity and position. That relationship is nothing but 2as equal to v square minus u square, or v square equal to u square plus 2as. Using that relationship, we can find out the acceleration. By using that acceleration, we are going to find out the force between the stone as well as the surface. So by using those formula, we are going to find all the necessary data. So what is the given data here? First we have to write out the given data. I hope this is clear what we have to calculate and how we are going to calculate the force. So first we are going to write down the given data. What is the given data here? Mass of the stone. Mass of the stone. Let this be the m, which is given as how much? It is given as 1 kg. If it is given in the kg, there is no need for the changing the SI units. Right. Next, what is given in the problem statement? Mass of 1 kg is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second. That is nothing but the initial velocity of the stone. So, initial velocity of the stone. Initial velocity of stone. That is nothing but u equal to how much? It is given as 20 meter per second. It is given as 20 meter per second. There is also no need for the conversion since it is already given in the meter per second. So next one they are given across the frozen surface of a lake and comes to rest after the traveling a distance of 550 meters. So the distance covered by the stone is given. Distance covered by the stone. Distance covered by the stone, which is given as equal to 50 meters. So it is going to travel 50 meters distance before stopping due to the frictional force which is acting in between this ball and the surface. Due to that frictional force, the ball is stopping equal to 0 meter per second. 0 meter per second. So what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate the magnitude of the frictional force. So the force which is acting, the force of friction between the stone and ice we have to calculate. So force between the stone and ice, let it be the F which is equal to question mark. We have to calculate that thing. So that for that reason force between the stone and the ice F is equal to question mark. We already know that by Newton's law of the motion, second law of motion, F is equal to what? F equal to m into a. If you see here, m is given as 1 kg, but we don't know the value of acceleration. For that reason, we have to calculate the value of the acceleration first. For that reason, acceleration of the stone, which is equal to a, which is equal to question mark. We don't know that value. For that reason, I will calculate that value first. Since F is equal to ma, for that reason, acceleration is required here. So we are going to calculate the acceleration. We have three formula for the acceleration. One is a equal to v minus q divided by t. One is a equal to v minus q divided by t. Second one is what? That is nothing but v equal to u plus at. That is also can be considered. Or third one is s equal to ut plus half at square. S equal to ut plus half at square. Fourth one is v square equal to u square minus 2as. V square equal to u square minus 2as, not minus plus. V square equal to u square plus 2as. Right? We have discussed formulas. So which formula you are going to use here? Now see here, by the given data, a equal to v minus u divided by t. We don't have the t value here. The given data. S equal to ut plus half at square. Again there is no t value only. Last v square equal to u square plus 2as. V is there in the given problem statement. U is also given in the problem statement. A we have to calculate. S which is given in the problem statement. So we are going to use this formula for the finding the acceleration in this question. So we know that the relationship between the position and the velocity. Using that relationship, we are going to find out the acceleration. Therefore, v square equal to u square plus 2as. V square equal to u square plus 2as. Where v which is given as 0, so it will become 0 square equal to what is the value of u here, which is given as 20. It will become what? It will become 20 square plus 2. A, what is the value of s here, which is given as 15. So it is equal to 0 equal to what is the value of 20 square, it will be equal to 400 plus 2 into a is equal to how much? 2 into 50 is equal to 100, it is equal to 100a. Right? Therefore, I am going to take the unknown value one side and known value one side. So 100a equal to 400. Sorry, 100a equal to 400. When we can do the LHS side, it will become what? It will be equal to minus 400. So therefore minus 400, 0 0 get cancelled. Therefore a is equal to what? It is equal to minus 4 meter per second square. It is equal to what? It is equal to minus 4 meter per second square. Next, what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate the magnitude of the frictional force which is acting in between stone and the ice. So for that reason, we know that F equal to what is the formula by the Newton's second law of motion, that is nothing but F equal to m into a. Therefore, F is equal to, already m is given as 1 kg. Therefore, 1. Already we calculated the acceleration, that is nothing but minus 4. Therefore, minus 4 equal to how much? That is equal to minus 4 newtons. Therefore, F equal to minus 4 newtons. F equal to minus 4 newtons. Acceleration is also in the opposite direction, whereas the force which is acting on the stone is also in the opposite direction. Why it is so? We already know that frictional force is always going to act in the opposite direction. If it is acting between the two surfaces, the frictional force will be opposite to the direction of the motion. For that reason, we are getting the negative sign here. In the same way, there also for the acceleration also force which is acting between stone and ice is 4 newtons and it is in opposite direction. Why opposite direction? Negative sign indicates the opposite direction. If it is the positive, it will be in the same direction. If it is negative, it is in the opposite direction. So this is the answer for the question number 6. I hope this is clear. Next we are going to see about the 7th question. Next question number 7, which is given as a 8000 kg engine pulls a train of 5 wagons, each of 2000 kg along a horizontal track. If the engine exerts a force of 40,000 Newton, and the track offers a frictional force of 5,000 Newton, then calculate A. First question, the net accelerating force. Second question, the acceleration of the train. We have to calculate second question, the acceleration of the train. Third question, the force of wagon on the wagon 2. How much force is going to apply by the wagon on the wagon 2? So here in this question they are given the 3 questions where we have to calculate all those 3 answers. That is nothing but we have to calculate the net accelerating force, we have to calculate the acceleration of the train, in the same way we have to calculate the force of the wagon first or the wagon second. So if you see here, they are given a horizontal track. Let this be the horizontal track. So on that horizontal track, a engine of 8000 kg. Let this be the engine which is having a weight of how much? It has the weight of 8000 kg. Now this engine is going to pull a train of 5 wagons. Let me the 5 wagons like this. This is the first wagon, second wagon, third wagon, fourth wagon, and fifth wagon. So this engine is going to pull 5 wagons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are having 2000 kg of each mass. The mass of each wagon is equal to how much? Which is given is the 2000 kg. That is nothing but it is equal to 2000 kg. It is equal to 2000 kg. It is also equal to 2000 kg. It is equal to 2000 kg and it is also equal to 2000 kg. So each wagon is having the mass of 2000 kg. These 5 wagons are by pulling by this 8000 kg having mass. A machine or a train is pulling that 5 wagons. So in a horizontal track, if the engine exerts a force of 40,000 newtons, this engine exerts 40,000 newtons on these wagons as well as on the engine for the pulling the 5 wagons. So the total amount of the force is given as how much? It is given as the 40,000 newtons. So this engine is exerting a 40,000 newton force to pulling those things, to pull the 5 wagons as well as this machine engine to move in the forward direction. Now if it is moving in the forward direction, that means these wagons, these engines are in the contact with the track. If they are in the contact with this track, we already know that there is a friction force is going to come. It is going to come into the air. So that the friction force is acting in the opposite direction. If this force the engine is pulling all the wagons in this direction, that means some opposite force is acting in the opposite direction of the motion. So that opposite force is nothing but what? It is the frictional force, and the magnitude of that frictional force which is given in the problem statement is 5000 Newton. It is equal to 5000 Newton. So what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate the net accelerating force. That is nothing but all these wagons as well as the train are going in the forward direction. So that they are accelerating in the forward direction only. That means Mass of the plane is equal to how much? It is equal to 8,000 kg. And the force exerted by the engine is equal to how much? It is equal to 40,000 newtons. The force exerted by the engine is equal to how much? Is equal to 40,000 newtons. 40,000 newtons. And the frictional force, the track offers a frictional force. The magnitude of the friction force which is offered by the track is equal to how much? The friction force. Let this be the base engine, that is nothing but Fe. Let this be the friction force at Ff. That is equal to how much? That is equal to 5,000 newtons. That is equal to 5,000 newtons. So next we are going to calculate the mass of the vehicle. So mass of the one vehicle equal to how much? Mass of one vehicle is equal to how much? M1 equal to 2000 kg. Right. So let that be one same only. After that we are going to calculate the mass of all those things. After that we are going to calculate everything. So first we are going to calculate what? We are going to calculate the total net force. So to calculate total net force, I am going to give an example. By that example, you are going to know about those things. So here I have an object like this. Here an object I have like this. So in this direction, someone is applying a 50 Newton force. In the opposite direction, another person is applying a 40 Newton force. So in which direction and the magnitude of the force will be on? In which direction the box is going to move? The box is going to move in this direction since this force is highest and this force is least. For that reason, if two forces which are acting on a single object and they are acting in the opposite direction, the net force which will be calculated as the difference between those two forces. So if you take here the net force which is acting on this ball or this ball is how much? 50 minus 40 is equal to how much? It is equal to 10 Newton. And which direction is it acting? It is acting in this forward direction. So the net force is 10 Newtons. In the same manner, to calculate the net force in this case, we have to take the difference of the force exerted by the machine or engine to the force exerted by the surface or track. So that is nothing but it will be the difference of both the things. So therefore, the net accelerating force is equal to what? It is equal to the force exerted by the engine minus the friction force. So the net accelerating force that can be taken as F, which is equal to Fe minus Ff. So that is equal to how much? That is equal to 40,000 Ft is given as 40,000 minus Ff is given as how much? It is equal to 5,000. Now 40,000 minus 5,000 is equal to how much? That is equal to F equal to 35,000 newtons. F is equal to how much? 35,000 newtons. So the net accelerating force which is acting on the vehicle is equal to 35,000 newtons. So that is the answer for the first question. It is the answer for the first question. Now second question, the acceleration of the train. So we already know by the Newton's second law of motion that is nothing but F equal to m into a. So already they are given the force here. They already calculated the force here. So what is the mass given here? The mass is given as 8,000 kg. But the vehicles including the engine, not only on the engine. So for calculating the acceleration, what we require here, we require the total mass. We require total mass, that is nothing but mass of the engine plus mass of the 5 vehicles. So for calculating the acceleration of the train, what we require to calculate the acceleration is nothing but a is equal to question mark. What we require here, mass, total mass of the, we require total mass. So total mass is equal to what? It is equal to mass of the train. It is equal to mass of the train, that is nothing but engine plus total mass of the 5 vehicles. Total mass of the 5 vehicles. So already mass of the train which is given here. Now we are going to calculate the total mass of the 5 vehicles. So total mass of the 5 vehicles equal to 5 vehicles equal to mass of the vehicle, mass of one vehicle into 5. So mass of the vehicle is given as 2000 and all the vehicles having the same mass, so that we are going to multiply with 5. So mass of the one vehicle which is given here, how much? 2000 plus into how many vehicles are there? 5. So 2000 into 5 is equal to how much? It is equal to 10,000 kg, which is equal to 10,000 kg. So next what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the total mass here. We have to calculate total mass here. So what will be the total mass? That is nothing but what? Total mass equal to mass of the engine which is given as how much? 8,000 plus mass of the 5 vehicles which is equal to 10,000. That equal to how much? 18,000 kg. This is the total mass. Right. Already we know that by Newton's second law of motion, we know that by Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to what? F equal to m into a. What is F is given here? 35,000 newtons is equal to m is given as 18,000 into a. 30 will cancel. Therefore, a equal to 35 divided by 18. 18 ones are how much? 18 remains 7. It will become remains 17. It will become 170. Therefore, 18 nines are 162. Right? Remains how much? Remains 8, and it will become 80. So 18 fours are 72, which is nearly equal to 1.95. Which is nearly equal to 1.95. Therefore, a equal to how much? It is equal to 1.95 meter per second square. So the total acceleration of the train is equal to how much? It is equal to 1.95 meter per second square. So this is the answer for the second question. So this is equal to how much? This is equal to 35,000 Newton, and this is equal to 1.95 meter per second square. It's going to give a value of 1.9432, something like that, which is nearly equal to 1.95. So I'm going to take that nearest value, that is nothing but 1.95 meter per second square. So next what you have to calculate here, third question. That is nothing but the force of the vehicle 1 on the vehicle 2. The force of the vehicle 1 on the vehicle 2. So to calculate that thing, we have to calculate that the force of the vehicle 1 to the vehicle 2. So we are going to calculate here. We already know that the acceleration of the train, that is nothing but 1.95 meter per second. So if this machine is moving with the 1.95 meter per second square, that means this first vehicle is also going to move with the 1.95 meter per second square. In the same manner, it is also going to move with the speed of 1.95 meter per second square with the acceleration. It is also going to move with the 1.95 meter per second square. So whatever the acceleration which is train is moving, with the same acceleration all the vehicles are going to move. So we already know the acceleration. We know the formula for the calculating the force, that nothing but F into m into a. F equal to vehicle have to pull this vehicle to what they have to do? What they have to do? It have to pull all the four vehicles. It have to pull all the remaining four vehicles, not only the single vehicle. So together these four vehicles should be pulled by the vehicle 1. Whatever the force is exerted by the vehicle 1 to the vehicle 2, it is the same force which is going to exerted by the vehicle on all the four things. So if it is pulling, we have to pull all the four things. So we have to calculate this force exerted by this vehicle 1 on vehicle 2 by taking the mass of all the four things, all the four vehicles. By calculating the mass of all the four vehicles, we are easily going to calculate the force exerted by the vehicle 1 on the vehicle 2. Since this acceleration is common for all the things. So third answer, that is nothing but force exerted by vehicle 1 on vehicle 2 is, that is nothing but acceleration is common, so that acceleration is given as 1.95 meter per second square, and the mass of the vehicles, that is equal to how much? 2000 into 4. Since the force which is exerted by the vehicle 1 on the vehicle 2 is the force which is going to exert on the four vehicles. So that is equal to how much? It is equal to 8000 kg. Why? Since the force exerting on vehicle 2 will be exerted on all the remaining vehicles. All the remaining vehicles. So that then we are going to take the mass of all the four remaining vehicles, excluding first vehicle, since it is going to exert force on those things. So therefore, by the Newton's second law of motion, we have a value that F is equal to m into a. Therefore, m is equal to, which is given as 8000 into what is the value of a here, it is equal to 1.95. So that I am going to remove the decimal points here. It will become 80 into 195. 80 equal to 195. 8 5 are 40. 8 9 are 72. 76. 8 1 are 8. It is equal to 1506. We have a 0 here, so that we will put 0 here. Therefore, it is equal to 15,600 newtons. So the force exerted by the vehicle 1 on vehicle 2 is equal to how much? It is equal to 15,600 newtons. At last, I have write the conclusion that is nothing but the force exerted by the vehicle 1 onto the vehicle 2 is equal to 15,600 newtons. And this is the answer for the third question. I hope this is clear about the seventh question. It is bit tedious, it is bit difficult, but it's all about the understanding. However, we have to analyze the question. It's all about on those things, and remaining is the related to the concepts only. So the remaining questions we are going to discuss in the next class. Up to that point, thank you, take care, stay well, stay home, try to solve these things in your